What's up? What's up? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. I got my esteemed guest tonight, my homie Ansem from BLG, aka Bootleg Gang, and Reese, King of the North from Torture Talk. Uh,
Yeah.
and we're here tonight. Before we uh, go off for the holidays, Christmas is coming up next couple of days or whatnot. We gotta have this town hall discussion about at the state of Atlanta hip hop right now. Now, Atlanta really isn't like the hub for real lyrical traditional hip hop, which is what we talk about here. We mostly talk about um, you know, the lyrical side of hip hop and who are the best. More we talk more traditional hip hop in this room, but in the mainstream right now, Atlanta hip hop is kind of the hub for the modern day trap street rap wave. Whether it's 21 Savage, whether it's Lil Baby, whether it's Pooh Shiesty, he's from Memphis, but whether it's Gunna, Young Thug, whoever, they're kind of the modern day kind of street rappers, but they moving kind of funny. They coming with this movement now calling F the streets, whatever that means. You know what I mean? And we're going to take a deep dive into what that means. So, gentlemen, before we start, I want to go back for a minute. I want to set this up. Y'all help me with this story because this is like a lot to do because we got to go all the way back. We got to scale it back as to what the real genesis of this all is. So, a lot of the Atlanta rappers were in a state of, unrest. A lot of them was going at each other, and it really dated back to the YSL, the YSL case with Young Thug. That Young Thug did some time for, which I got thrown out, and he got released. And Gunna was part of that case, and he did some time and came out, and he got accused, or is it pretty much confirmed he was an informant? If I'm not correct, he's an informant, right?
Well, no, that's not. No, he was. He basically was asked questions on the stand, and they asked him, "Was YSL a gang?" And he said yes.
Okay, all right. So everything happened at that time. Young Thug came out of jail. Gunna did what he did, and there was a beef between Gunna and Young Thug. Young Thug basically went off on him for being a snitch, a rat. All of a sudden, the terminology of Rat Lana came up, and Gunna really didn't go back and forth with him. Gunna just came out and made some good music. I mean, you could argue you could argue that Gunna maybe putting out the best music out of all of those Atlanta street rappers right now.
Which is crazy.
It is. And by the way, his music is not bad. I'm just going to say that. It's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's listenable. He's got some nice songs or whatever.
But the crazy part is that before all this, he was actually at the bottom of the list.
That's true.
A lot of people.
That is
now
true.
He's on the top of the list.
Yeah.
Funny how it works, right?
Exactly, right? And it goes to show that you don't need to be the most talented guy to be at the top of that list. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So, all of a sudden, of late, 21 Savage comes out. He does an interview on, I think Big Block. I think what it was. I think Big Block.
Big
Bang. Yeah. And he made some controversial statements about snitching. Basically saying, kind of condoning snitching in the streets. Basically saying it's okay if you are a non-street dude to snitch. You know what I mean? If you're not part of that street culture, you don't have to snitch, right? Basically, he came out, and this came out all around his new album, What Happened to the Streets, which we're going to get to the record sales in a minute because some weird shit's been going on with that album. I don't know really what to make of it. You know what I mean?
Before we go any further, have y'all listened to the album yet? Because I've only heard like a third of the album so far.
I heard about the same. I heard about half of it. Yeah.
It's one song I would skip so far, but other than that, it's your typical 21 Savage album. If you like that type of music,
I'll put it this way. I liked his last album. I'll admit, I liked his last album. This album is pretty much what he does. It's nothing special. You know, it's nothing that I'm gonna go back to. You know, I might do a review on it, but it's not earth shattering. I mean,
his last album
yeah,
outside of the Metro 21 Savage Life series,
yeah,
to me, is his best album.
I could say that. I
I
could.
think
I mean,
I think his
yeah,
best album is Her Loss.
oh,
Hey,
Drake. Oh,
yeah.
well, if it's a collab album, yeah, I could give you that. That
That's
was
the
a pretty
only
good
album I like
album.
that he ever done. Anything
You
else
didn't
he
like
did,
Savage, so you didn't
Yeah.
like Savage Life 1 or Savage
no,
Life
none
2,
of that
the
shit.
collab
No.
with Metro? You didn't like that?
He's
Yeah,
corny.
it is what it is.
He's corny. He's corny.
You're gonna let
He
it
don't
be
have a
known.
good voice for rapping either. That's just me. You know what I mean?
I'll be
But
honest with
keep
you.
it
Out of
going.
all of
I
them,
fuck with that lazy flow though, bro. Maybe because I'm down here. That's what it is. But
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
be well. I mean, if we're gonna really talk down south as an aside, like none of them rappers got nothing on Memphis. Key Glock is my guy. Key Glock is that dude, and he's not that big, but Key Glock, you know, 2 Chainz, of course. Well, 2 Chainz is Atlanta, but
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, none of them is
lyrical
popping 2
Atlanta.
Chainz right now, and I think because 2
He's
Chainz
lyrical Atlanta.
is from that Luda era, that's what's helping
Yeah,
him more.
I was
Because
thinking,
Luda is a bar for bar rapper, and
yeah,
Chainz been punching this year. That's why I told
yeah,
you
I
that
was
Alchemist
thinking
album. But let's
I
I
get
was
back
mean,
to this. I want to get through.
Jid would be the best lyricist
I,
right
I wasn't
I
thinking.
forgot JID. My
You know
bad.
why I brought
And
up 2
Earth
Chainz?
Gang. I forgot. My bad.
I brought up 2 Chainz because I was thinking of the gentleman that passed away, tall guy.
Yeah, and the trap sound also because
From
JID is more than just trap, so that's
Yeah.
why I wouldn't put him in there.
What was the guy from Memphis that passed away? I was really into him. Young
Dolph.
Young Dolph.
Dolph. He
That's
he
that
was
nigga.
the shit.
That's that nigga.
He was the shit. He was
You
my
see how
guy.
I smiled when we brought up Young Dolph? It's been
Huh?
a while that Atlanta music or down south music has to be reacting like that.
Yeah. Young
And he
Dolph.
ain't the best rapper neither, but he knows how to make songs though, and he tells
Yeah.
stories.
I mean, so I fuck with Memphis a lot. There's another guy I fuck with too. Even Glorilla, she tight. You know
And to
what I
be
mean?
honest to you, 21 does kind of come from that cloth a little bit when it comes to like, you know what I mean, the concepts and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
he's not bringing anything new. So I feel like this is his attempt of trying to be hip hop by saying fuck the streets, but still keep it at street shit. That's why I kind of got what he was saying. But let's get back to what you're talking about.
Yeah, but out of all them from Atlanta, the only dude that really stands out to me is Future because he has such a different sound, and people kind of get on me because of that because he don't be saying nothing, but you feel his music. If you're in the club, you feel that energy. When you're in the car, but it's more beat driven. It's not lyrics or whatever. You just ride along and vibe to the melodies, and that's it.
Well,
But
one of the
yeah,
reasons why that's with Future, because I think Future he's a different he's another version of a Drake, if you ask me.
yeah,
You know, his music, he rap, but he also sings too. And
yeah.
I think Future is known for. It's weird how Future's not really known as a rapper, even though he raps.
He's from the Kilo Ali era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at Future. I don't really look at him.
I look at him as a totally as like an artist,
Yeah.
like a hip hop artist more than a rapper. But
Yeah.
Gunna, he takes that style. That's the style that Gunna has, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the story. 21 does the interview. Basically says snitching is kind of okay, and it causes a stir. You know what I mean? He also runs to Twitter now. And he basically calls out a lot of the Atlanta rappers. He calls out Young Thug to kind of piece his shit up with Gunna. He calls out Future in a way. And all of a sudden, all these dudes come together. And all of a sudden, there's this fuck the streets wave. You know what I mean? Like, and basically saying that, you know, street rap really, you know, all of this street culture or whatever is not really winning right now. It's not making It's not about the money, and it's not really good for the youth. It's not really good. It's almost on some conscious shit. So they're basically saying, fuck the streets, let's get money. And basically, I'm torn because I think it's a great message to say that, yo, we gotta focus on the fuck shit and stop focusing on that fuck shit and really get to us, maturing and really getting money together and working together. Atlanta's always been a city that even when in the 2000s, when they were in their prime, all the Atlanta rappers fuck with each other. And if this is a way for unity for this era of Atlanta rappers to come together, I get it. And that's actually something good that can come out of this. But it just comes off as gimmicky to me because in the end of the day, he's saying now, oh, it's okay to snitch if you're not in the streets. And his sales went from 50,000, they projected it to go to 90,000, and now it's back to 73,000 where it really settled with some really, really low buzz. And I'm thinking, is this F the Streets movement just an excuse for him to get some attention because he's not selling records like he used to? So with all that, I'm leaving the floor to y'all. What do you think of all this nonsense, guys? Like, what's up?
Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so all right, this is what, and again, this is what people don't want to talk about. I don't know why. 6ix9ine fleshed all the rats out.
I'm glad you brought him up. Yeah,
I was going to
Flushed
say
all the rats out. They have nowhere else to go. None of them have anywhere to go. The only thing they can do is do this because Kendrick has took their leader out. 6ix9ine came in and flushed the rats out. So now they have to make music.
Stop for 1 second, Maurice. Did you hear what he just said, Sean?
What's that?
He said they took their leader out, who's not even a street rapper.
That's interesting. But I want to stop you there. Was Drake the leader or was he the follower?
Exactly.
I believe
definitely the follower.
Drake was he was the bigger, let's just say Drake was like the president and that really didn't know anything and all the people behind him was pushing him. He was the figurehead. Let's just say that. Because ultimately people over him. You know what I'm saying? The figurehead. Everybody else. You know what I mean? You could have been a follower, but he's still a guy out there with his hands up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when Kendrick took him out, they have nowhere else to go. That's why they saying rap is weird now. What you mean rap is weird? You're an artist. How is rap weird?
That does coincide with what Young Thug also said. I just did a video on that, by the way, about hip hop is in a weird state. But see, Young Thug contradicted himself because he's basically saying, well, we gotta level up, we gotta be better.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How the hell is hip hop in a weird space when you literally had an album with a dress on the front of it? You have a dress on the front of your album and you're saying hip hop is in a weird space. You've been doing weird shit.
And now we got a bleach face on his album cover.
Then you did that.
You went from a dress to a bleach face.
Now what Ansem said was absolutely true. He said that weird is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Most people are weird now. So I think that weird is the new normal and normal is weird. So when he says stuff like, because Kendrick, let's be clear, Kendrick is not a weirdo. He's not a weirdo. So since Kendrick's not a weirdo,
listen, he's not a weirdo.
Not today. Not in today's
He's not a weirdo.
That's
but he's a weirdo to all these other people.
The normal is weird now, and the weird is normal. That's why Young Thug said, "With hip hop is in a weird space." I'll never see Kendrick Lamar on an album cover with a dress on, bro. I would never see that, but he's weird to some people because he's normal. You get what I'm saying? Now, as far as what he said about fuck the streets, even if it is a gimmick, I still have to say that that's a heavy statement. And a lot of people are going to disagree with that. They're going to hate the fact that he said this because people like the streets. But him saying that is very, very heavy. I just want to see if he's going to keep the same energy. I see he changed his mind, though. It's a new video. Now he was saying save the streets. Like, cut it out, dog.
And this is why, believe it or not, and I'm about to go left with this because I was going to bring up 6ix9ine also. This makes Nas more relevant than ever because when he was saying hip hop is dead, who's attacking him? The streets. Nowadays, they're trying to make fuck the streets. The new hip hop is dead. That's why I said Nas is so relevant. And keep in mind, 21 Savage went from saying Nas isn't relevant to doing a song on Magic 3 to making a British version of an Illmatic cover with a little bit of Atlanta in the background. Yeah, so now trying to make your own hip hop is dead. And you say Nas is irrelevant?
Yeah, and this guy's struggling for relevance. We're gonna get to him, but let's look at a small video from Chick Smooth to kind of explain this. Cause Reese, it's interesting you bring up 6ix9ine because he's part of this video. And there's a lot to say on this one.
Oh man, the streets are officially over, you guys. It's time to pack it up, everybody. It's time to go get your CDLs. Now, a couple days ago, after 21 Savage reached out to a bunch of rappers from ATL to watch their beef, seems like pretty much everybody's on board. Just last night, Future and 21 Savage got on FaceTime to squash their issues. And just last night, you guys, Quavo and Offset also got on FaceTime to squash their beef again for the 3rd time, I believe. And now it seems like
the 3rd time?
Yeah, oh that's not the first time. Yeah. I wanted to make sure he said more than the first time.
Kumbaya, man.
Kumbaya. Getting on board with his campaign. A couple days ago, 21 Savage tweeted at Gunna and Thugger saying, yo, y'all fix that shit. Y'all love each other. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time, and we swept it under the rug for you. You know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. Fuck the streets. We ain't get shit but trauma from that shit. What?
See, now, this is what I got a problem with now, man. It's like, bro, you came out on the hardest of street shit with, Desert Eagles and all kinds of guns coming out when you first came out 21, bro. And now it's about trauma, huh? Like, how much of a fraud is this, yo?
He learned his lesson.
Oh my God.
He learned it.
Oh, geez, this guy is something else.
Oh, looks like a lot of rappers are now joining in on the Fuck the Streets campaign with 21 Savage. Today, Young Thug started the campaign. He said, fuck the streets at 21 Savage. And then CEO Big 30 also tagged 21 Savage and he said, fuck the streets. I want billions. Then we had G Herbo, Pooh Shiesty, YFN Lucci, Chick Smooth, and also Duty Low. Even
Chick Smooth. He's
going I ain't heard from Duty Low in a minute, though. Wow.
Also came
Duty Low. Wow, I ain't heard from him in a minute. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Out and said fuck the streets as well.
How the hell can another get mad at another for saying now benefited from the streets on the highest level? 1 house, 2 house, 3 apartments, plaza. After I lost 18 million. So can't no tell me what I can say. And I'm 100% with the fuck the streets movement. This is from Rollo Terrell Davis, and I sponsor that.
They weird, ain't they?
I ain't mad at Rollo though, drugs. He really be like investing in shit like that. But go ahead.
That's true.
So with other streets rappers coming together to officially condemn the streets, this of course brought a lot of controversy online. A lot of people said, hey, wait a minute. Don't you guys think you're being just a little bit tone deaf right now? How can you guys continue to promote the streets and kill it in your music, but now you want to say fuck the streets? For all we know, you guys could have just gotten into a shootout last week. Maybe it's the cold weather right now. Everybody's inside the house with their families. Christmas is right around the corner next week. So, of course, everybody's going to be on board with this Fuck the Streets campaign. Now, some people also think that this is a plan for them to get Gunna to start making music with them again. Because right now,
that's exactly what I think it is, man. Because he's the only one that's really hot.
Fuck you, man.
Like I said, a gimmick, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how the street niggas is going out is trying to get another non-street nigga to do music with them.
And guess what? Let's see what 6ix9ine has to say.
Nobody's damn near flopping. Nobody's music is hitting like it used to with Gunna. All the street rappers are now looking for an excuse to work with Gunna again, and nobody wants to be looked at as a hypocrite, especially after calling him a rat.
If you're watching this video, you about to hear some fucking facts, and people don't like the truth because it hurts them. I was gonna do this video on TikTok, you know, where you put the picture in the background and you start talking, but these facts right here need 100-inch. You see this bitch ass sticker right here? Yo, listen, they gonna skip this. The facts hurts people's feelings. I just need y'all to know that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Now hear this out. This bitch ass nigga says, yo, hold on, let's start with this. Gunna, Young Thug, y'all fix that shit. Y'all love each other. New Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. When he told the first time. And we swept it. We, not them. We, as the whole Atlanta. We swept it under the rug for you. You know, he wasn't trying to leave you to hang, nigga. Fuck the streets. Now it's fuck the streets. When it's convenient for you, the album sales is not selling. The Drake stimulus pack is not selling.
There you go, Reese. There you go.
Now I see why you say Her Loss is your favorite 21 album. That's wild to me, but I get it now.
Uh-huh.
Now y'all talking about, yo, fuck the streets. I've been talking about this 5 years ago. Y'all bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all. When he told the first time, so you know, homie, a rap.
You gotta love that, man.
Told the first
time.
But it's convenient for me, yo. My best friend could rap. You from Atlanta? He could rap, but y'all niggas can't. Yo, no, it's different, bro. It's different. I've been saying this for 5 years. When he told the first time, we swept it under the rug. Where the morals? Ain't you a street nigga? Where your principle? Where your honor? You know whom you rap, but you swept it under the rug. It get worse. QCP, I told you to your face. You did wrong at the party, but I never backed on the internet. Why? Because it would have made the city look bad. Because you was putting all the young niggas on. And that would have fucked up the money. So you ready to eat from a rat? What happened to all good money? All money, not good money. Y'all was just bashing Kodak.
Now, I'm not sure if this is all a coincidence or not, but I do have to let you guys know. A couple of days ago, 21 Savage's album, What Happened to the Streets, was projected to sell 53K first week. Well, after a couple viral tweets about the streets, 21 Savage is now projected to debut at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with 90K units sold. Damn near doubling in sales, you guys. That's pretty amazing to me. Now,
Okay, I want to stop it there because I got to stop it there. And that's why we got to get to this. Was this a gimmick or not? Because it actually sold 73,000, but still, was this a move to get them selling again and get them in the conversation? 21 goes, shouts all these dudes out. You know, he says, we got a unity thing, fuck the streets. So whoever next is up, whether it's Quavo or whatever, they're going to keep the same wave going to boost his sales and boost the other guy's sales, offsets, whatever. What do y'all think about this really being a gimmick?
You go first, bro.
No, because they brought 6ix9ine back, bro. You go, man. Mechanical movement, understandable smooth shit that Murder was moved with. These things. Man, come on, man. I'm so thankful I bought Light Years and gotta wait till next year to pick it up. Like, they brought 6ix9ine back, man. Go ahead, Maurice.
I will say this: the new Atlanta, the old Atlanta really was different, bro. They really worked with each other. They actually had turns. Literally was taking turns putting each other on. I remember when T.I. was at an event with Jeezy and he said, it's your turn. And then when I remember Trinidad James and James, all of them, they really supported each other. This new Atlanta, they making Atlanta look really bad, like really bad, like to the point where these dudes are beefing with each other, they're arguing with each other. You got group members who one of the legendary groups is arguing with each other, beefing with each other over a female. It's too much.
It's weird, yo.
Now, as far as
I mean, Future beefing with Drake over a female.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
this is a gimmick though. I'll be honest with you. I see, and this is just my opinion. I see that they see that, and I hate to always bring it back to Kendrick, but it's relevant. When Kendrick dropped Watch the Party Die, this whole thing been playing itself out for a whole year. I find it funny that now when Kendrick was saying we got to kill the killers and get rid of everything and do all of this stuff, now you got these same street rappers saying we need to start over, get rid of all of this. Before y'all was saying, oh, why is he saying that? No, we would never do that. Now everybody's agreeing with Kendrick now. So who really is the weirdo here? I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you all a question. When 21 Savage say he really meant to say save the streets, if he would have said that in the very beginning, do you think we would be having a different conversation or looking at this the same way?
It would have came off a little bit better, but still it would have been disingenuous, I think.
I think saying save the streets is the same thing, just saying it a nicer way, fuck the streets. In my opinion.
Not really for you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not really a big difference. When you say save the streets, who are you saving the streets from? Like when you say fuck the streets, who are you saying fuck the streets to? So it's to me, it's kind of lines up the same. Like I honestly think that him saying that it's gonna put a lot of people in a bad position, but he should have stood on it. Say, I did a lot of bad things. I did. But now I see that we need to get past this. For the first time in my life, I never seen a rapper actually say fuck the streets. I never seen that.
That's crazy.
Ever.
Nah, it's definitely been said before. It's just never been pushed as a movement like this.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm saying I never seen a rapper say openly fuck the streets.
Are we acting like someone didn't make a song called Fuck Compton?
I don't know. Compton, you just ain't the streets.
Stop. You do know there was a song back in the 90s called Fuck Compton, right?
I didn't know that. I never heard this song.
Wow.
I'm just saying, back in the 90s, I was an East Coast dude, so I really didn't care.
No, he was from New York. It just didn't blow up in New York.
I remember the name.
Tim Dog.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but just what I'm saying. I think that when he connected trauma to that, or only gave us trauma, that's different than him saying just fuck the streets. I think once he said in my opinion, you really can't argue with that. Because the streets have given a lot of people trauma. It did. Like, let's be clear here. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he's right about that. But I do believe that he is kind of being disingenuous because he ain't explaining it. He should came out and said, nah, I really feel like fuck the streets. We need to get past this and move on into something else.
But you know what?
A lot of times, you know what I'm saying?
And I think he's trying to make the album speak for itself. Because I started to get that vibe in like the beginning of the album. But then from what I remember, I stopped at the song after Pop It, because Pop It was the first whack song on that album to me. But I forgot the song after that. I was okay. But yeah, keep going.
I think it's go ahead,
bro.
I think it's definitely a gimmick, given that the name of his album is What Happened to the Streets. So he's trying to play with the streets like the best he can.
But who said he's not being serious at the same time? But I can't complain when you got all this other drama coming from here. And mistake me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But did 21 also say that if the person is dead, it doesn't count?
Yeah.
He said that? Okay.
Snitching.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
Yeah. Snitching. Yeah. He said if they die in the process of y'all doing something and you put it all on him, it's not snitching. And if it is, then he's a rat. That's what he said. If you consider that snitching, then I'm a rat, because I'm definitely putting all of that on my homie that died.
Yeah.
T.I. said something like that too, I believe. Actually, I think T.I. actually did something like that.
That's why I said we're not going to act like it's not the first time said ever. But yeah, pushed like this, and it's not just from Atlanta rappers, by the way. G Herbo was in there. Some rappers from Memphis was in there. So
G Herbo's a drill rapper.
That's what had me thinking when Young Thug was saying like hip hop is in a weird place. I can see why he's saying that. To him, weird is Kendrick Lamar. Weird is the Mass Appeal albums.
Yeah.
Not weird to them. It's this trap music that's making us this money. Even though we all know you're gonna have the good side and the bad side. Right now, trap music is sitting on that bad side. That same side that Pimp C was talking about when he called out Atlanta years ago. You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
That interview was classic, bro. He said, "I ain't never heard of 17."
Before we get to that about the Atlanta trap side of it, I just want to speak on Atlanta street culture as a whole, because what I noticed about most of these guys, from Gunna, from Young Thug, Lil Baby, 21, Quavo, whoever. See, this is what I noticed from them and East Coast heads, New York, Philly heads. You know what I mean? Like, and now I'm not going to go on a blanket statement and generalize and basically call all Atlanta dudes.
Yeah, I lived in Stone Mountain. I lived in Austell. I lived in Riverdale. I lived in the SWAT. So yeah, but
I'm not going to go there. But you see that East Coast G's are cut from a different cloth. You know, like New York heads, like they're really about we in the streets and we keep that demeanor our life. Like we live that. You know what I mean? 50 Cent, you know, it's been rumored he snitched, but I don't think he really snitched. But, you know, he's going to be 50. He's never going to come out and say, fuck the streets. You know what I mean? I mean,
6ix9ine from New York.
Yeah. Now, 6ix9ine, and I don't like 6ix9ine. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. He brought that 6ix9ine.
He did snitch, and I don't condone Snitch9. Snitch9 was his nickname, 6ix9ine at all. But I think 6ix9ine is upset now because it's okay to snitch. You know what I mean? And they basically banished him from hip hop because he did snitch and said, "I'm not going to snitch on somebody when they coming to kill my mother." You know what I mean? Or
he said he would tell if someone
but at the same time, we're not going to act like this always existed in the game. That's the whole point. That's why you're not even supposed to be in it in the first place. You know, even if you try to tap into it, some shit is going to happen, bro.
Exactly right. You got to be built for it.
I will say
basically what I'm saying is, like, a lot of these Atlanta cats are basically coming off as soft. They wasn't built for the streets. And now they coming to realize, like, look, we need to get our hustle on. We got to get our money. This street shit ain't really doing it for us. You know, we got to find something else.
I'm going to stop you right there.
It's kind of disingenuous because to me, like, hip hop was built on the streets. Like, The Message was a street record by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. That's a street record. Now, I think when it comes to street rap, I think the goal of street rap was not to glorify, but tell you how hard life was for them so you could feel their pain. You know what I mean? You could feel what not to do. You know what I mean? But I think the Atlanta sound kind of glorified it. You know what I mean? And glorifying the same thing with drill. And that's the reason why today I don't really agree with the modern version of mainstream street rap. You know what I mean? I'm brought up on, Nas was a street rapper. Jay-Z was a street rapper. And they told us stories and they were creative enough to relate the street where you could take street, stories and relate it to real life. These Atlanta rappers, they just talking about, we're just tricking on hoes and, selling drugs and living a lifestyle.
But let's be honest, is it really the content that they're talking about, or you just don't like their beats? Or you don't like their rap singing? Is it really that, or is it really just how it sounds?
I actually like their beats. I actually like the beats. When I'm in a certain kind of mood, yeah, I'll listen to it. But and we're going to bring that up, about the Atlanta trap sound. But in the end of the day, like, it's a different style. You know, it's a different vibe altogether, you know, and that's the difference between New York and Atlanta. You know what I mean? The New York sound and Atlanta sound that kind of mix like oil and water. You know what I mean?
I understand that because Brooklyn got the sound, Queens got the sound. I understand it. Manhattan got the sound. Atlanta, no matter where you are, that's that one sound. So I understand that.
Well, it wasn't always like that because
It wasn't always like that.
Atlanta was probably, in my opinion, Atlanta has probably the most diverse artists. If you think about it, after the new Atlanta, before the new Atlanta, all of their artists are way
like. See, I put it to you like this: the old Atlanta, and I'm talking
old Atlanta. I'm talking
Jeezy, I'm talking Drake 3000, Big Boy, I'm talking T.I., I'm even talking Young Dro.
So you're putting 90s and 2000s together as one, and you're
I'm
putting
talking,
the 20
I'm talking
together
Killer,
as two.
I'm talking
I
Killer
agree
Mike.
if you talking like
That's
that.
real. That's the real Atlanta. That's the real Atlanta right there. And that was different because they were more about a traditional sound where they told it, there was of the streets, but they told the stories to let you know that, you know, this life may not be for you. It's only a certain kind of person, a certain boss type. You got to have a certain type of demeanor, a certain boss demeanor if you want to be part of this shit. And it seems like a lot of the younger kids now of this generation, 21 Savage generation, they looking at it like it's a game. Like, oh yeah, we just doing it because we want to get some pretty women. You know, they don't really want to be cut from that cloth, and that's why they saying, okay, well, it's good that you street, but you could snitch here and there, and it will be okay. You know what I mean? It's not so bad.
I think that old Atlanta had a meaning to their music. All of them, Goody Mob to Outkast, everything that they did to me it almost touched a generation. The dungeon sound from Goody Mob and all the things that they talked about. That
shout out the Ghetto Mafia.
Yeah, all of that, right? That's what I believe they did. Now, I think that a lot of people are missing the point about the streets. The streets is not a virtuous place. Snitching is a part of the streets. I wish people just understand that.
That's true.
It's a part of the game.
Yeah.
Killing is a part of it. Trauma is a part of it. That's not to say that there's not some good things that come out of it, because there are some people who, like Jay-Z, who is from the streets, who made it out. You know what I'm saying? So there's some good that comes out of it. But people got to understand, I think a lot of us get confused because we try to put streets in this moral thing, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's not. Like, I'm from the streets, and I can tell you some horror stories. You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing to glorify. I think the people that made it out, they want to glorify it because they want to say, well, look, I made it out. I got shot 6 times and I made it out. But there's people who didn't make it out, and there's people that will never make it out. Yeah. So I don't understand the whole glorification of it. So I can understand why he's doing this. Now, as far as a lot of these dudes are not street. They just using the component of street. They're not street though.
They want to be street to portray an image that they're not.
They have everybody around them that's street. This is why whenever something happens, they all get RICO cases. Because they can't leave it alone. How are you a multi-millionaire but still getting a RICO case? You should be out the country somewhere, gone forever with your family. You know what I'm saying? Why are you still connected to these same guys who's doing these things? But I think that's what they do. So as far as the trap sound goes, the trap sound to me, once it got into the hands of like Drake and it got into the hands of Rick Ross and all of these other rappers, to me, they were making the best trap, if you ask me. I think Rick Ross was making the best trap. After him, it's over. I think this sound is dead. That sound is dead.
You know what's funny? I never really saw Rick Ross as a trap rapper, but he did come out of that era. It just so happens that he does other type of music too. See, some of the names that y'all bringing out aren't limited to trap.
Yeah.
Because let's keep it real. Drill and I know me and you debated about this other day, drill is up north trap. Whether you say it was Chicago or New York, drill is up north trap.
Well,
it's basically that the trap sound that people got in the 2000s. They try to take it to another level in the 2010s where we're not even going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. And now we're in the 2020s where we're seeing consequences, and people are surprised like these consequences doesn't exist.
Well, I agree. I can agree with that to a point because I said at one point that, God rest his soul, Pop Smoke, he was the Brooklyn version of Future. You know what I mean? So I could kind of see that parallel. But as far as the trap sound is concerned now, I think what you're seeing is the sound's getting played out because Young Thug came out of jail. He sold 40,000 the first week. 21 Savage, after a gimmick campaign, sold a little bit over 70K when he sold 133 the last time. They see their sales are declining. Drake's sales before the beef, on All for the Dogs was declining and declined again on Sexy Songs for You, even though that wasn't a trap album. All of these dudes associated with the trap movement, they falling off and they got nowhere to go, So they trying to like team up and get together and get the band back together, if you will.
Well, let me ask you a question.
To really try and make a push to get back in the mainstream like that.
Let me ask you a question. Who is the leader of hip hop right now?
Kendrick Lamar.
And who would you say would say, not say it directly, but who his demeanor is what? Is to save the kids, get out the streets. Isn't that his demeanor? I believe that these dudes have nowhere to go, and now they are looking towards trying to do something that's more positive because the guy on top is positive. In most people's opinion, he's a positive artist. So a lot of these artists,
the positive rapper on their side right now, J. Cole, is not in the greatest place right now. None of y'all even turned into J. Cole. I would respect that more than talking about save the streets or fuck the streets.
And J. Cole South too.
I can agree with that, but I think that the guy that's in charge right now, I think that they're saying these things because most rappers are followers. A good portion of these rappers are followers. They don't really have ideas for themselves. They're followers. And my thing is,
they are.
All of these artists, if they're good as they say they are, then why they just don't release music?
Well, if you notice something, bringing up Kendrick Lamar, the only trap rapper that made a mark this year was Playboy Carti. And who was he working with? Kendrick Lamar. So, I mean, but that goes back to the point you just made about being followers. These guys are just trying to jump on anyway because they want to get money and sell more records now. They don't want to be creative and really, as Young Thug said, take things to the next level. You see what I'm saying? That's why I thought when Young Thug had that interview, I was like, you're so disingenuous, bro, because you're not going to do anything creative to really change. And you could have too. You got the talent to do it. You put out the same album, you put out another gimmick song. You had a gimmick, bleach face cover. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they are a bunch of followers, and they're waiting. Yeah.
A lot of these rappers and a lot of people, just say rappers, a lot of these rappers are addicted to social media. A lot of these rappers don't even want to rap no more. They just want to talk. That's it. They don't want to rap. They want people to like them for them. Their music, they don't really care for. They don't. They just want people to like them, and that's it. They'll put out anything. But as long as you like me, because they obsessed with social media. They obsessed with being.
Let me ask y'all something too that I noticed about this, right? You notice, like, the minute something goes wrong, all these Atlanta cats, why do they run to Twitter? They run right to Twitter to go put everything out there. Why don't you just call somebody? Yeah, and put their beef. And
I'd rather you make a song with J. Cole than complain about street shit pretty much, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna say something that I think a lot of people got to understand. 3 artists, and one of them he talks a little bit, but not as much. The other one don't talk, and the other one don't talk. Drake, Drake says things sometimes, but he don't directly get into a back and forth with someone. He don't really do that. Kendrick Lamar says nothing online. Absolutely nothing. J. Cole says nothing online. And I think that this is the reason why they're in the position they're in. The rest of these artists, they always in the camera. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, nobody wants to hear from you all the time. This is why you have people like Prince and Michael Jackson and all these greats, because you didn't hear from them all the time. It was incognito. You didn't have to. These artists, I feel like I know them. I feel like I can actually talk to them every day. I can go
all of their business out. They argue about women on Twitter. Like
it's not. They're not intriguing anymore.
Yeah,
that's what it is. They're not intriguing.
And I said this a few weeks ago. Kendrick Lamar is not the type of rapper you copy.
You can't.
Which makes me feel so good about what Boosie said in response to all this. And keep in mind, y'all know I'm not a Boosie fan. Yeah. I got jumped for saying Boosie was trash. So
what?
Yeah, I've been jumped in the club for saying Boosie was trash.
Man.
But his reply to all this is like, yo, if y'all saying fuck the streets, rap about something else. And this is probably why I mentioned J. Cole a couple of times here, because I think we're in the stage, not just Atlanta, but the entire South. We're waiting for that Nas Illmatic moment. I don't think the South truly experienced that Nas Illmatic moment. So it's like, yo, we're beyond the streets now. We could actually rap about like shit, whether it's on these same type of beats or maybe if it's on up north or west coast type of beats. It's like, I truly don't think down south have had that. Now, the West Coast, you can argue Snoop was that.
Well, I kind of disagree because I think Outkast, Southern Playlist's Cadillac Funky Music was their Illmatic.
So
I would say AT Aliens.
See, and that's the thing. Like down south is different. You know what I mean? Because not just you have Outkast's first 3 albums. We're not going to act like Soul Food doesn't exist. I don't think there's no down south album, not just Atlanta. I don't think there's no down south album better than Soul Food to this day.
Well, I will say this. I think that they had their moment. I think Atlanta had their moment at least 3-4 times. T.I.'s one of T.I.'s albums. I think it was Trap Music.
Yeah.
Then you have Jeezy first 3 albums. Like, now the thing about Jeezy, and he did trap because he was the master at this music. It was creative. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just him rapping. It was kind of like intoxicating in a way. I never did drugs, but his music kind of made you feel like you was.
Jeezy to me was the down south version of DMX, man.
Yeah, I can agree.
I'll stand on that. He was different.
I can agree with that. I will say, but
I want to hear this real quick. What makes you say that?
What?
Because when DMX came, the reason why he became a legend, he came with a sound that no one else had. A vibe, a sound, an aggression, and a voice in his lyrics that no one had on the East Coast. And you couldn't help but gravitate towards that. It was just an intoxicating sound to your ear. Jeezy was the same thing. And mind you, this is 2004, 2005. And this is, Dipset, Locks, 50. East Coast was killing everything. So my ears, like, I'm not trying to hear no country shit. I'm not trying to hear none of that. But when I heard Jeezy come on and I heard that Thug TM 101, I was like, yo, I can't put this album down. This album is different.
God damn.
This guy sounds like this guy's a star, like a legitimate star. And see, this is how you knew he was a star. You heard cars up here, and at that time I was between Philly and New York. I'll go down to Philly, they be rocking that Jeezy album. I'll be in New York, Staten Island, and Brooklyn, rocking that Jeezy album heavy. Like he was a movement, yo.
But the way y'all talk, the way you talk about Jeezy and the way Reese was talking about T.I., from what I see down here, people down here see that about Gucci.
I'm glad you brought up Gucci, man. Yeah.
And me personally, and I'm an unpopular opinion down south. I actually like Gucci more since he got out of jail. While down here, look at Gucci
I agree with that.
out of jail.
Yeah.
Like they see Nas, and I'm like, no, you cannot. No, trust me. I've heard people down here tell me that they compare Gucci to Nas. And I'm like, it's nowhere near the same because Gucci doesn't have that one album that you can call Illmatic. He got a whole lot of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? But he don't have that one album. And that's why I feel like down south truly doesn't.
I think Gucci is kind of the godfather of the new Atlanta wave. You know what I mean? The new, like the 21 Savage.
You could say that they were probably more, and that's what I'm saying. They're more
his children than
they are influenced from Jeezy.
Because Jeezy was simple, but he had some bars. He had some
even Lotto got a little bit of Gucci.
Yeah.
I think with as far as Gucci goes, I always thought he was okay. I'm not saying he ain't good. I just always thought he was okay.
Yeah, he's acquired taste.
For me, I just couldn't get past Thug Motivation 101, The Inspiration, anything you pull out. The thing about Jeezy is he made that Atlanta sound to me. He made it kind of national because you had people from the East Coast to the West Coast. Everybody loved that dude. He was, and then on top of that, his beats were crazy, man. Like it just was what it was. And I could put that on today, and I'll still get the same feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But back to the Atlanta trap sound. The trap sound for me, it's been eliminated. It's been eliminated, and I think that they know that it's not working no more. He literally did a song with Drake, and if you look on there now, I think it just reached 1 million views. And this song,
Drake's on this album,
huh?
Drake's on the new album.
He's on the new album.
That's the lead
it's not good,
and it's trash.
It's not good, man.
The only single I heard from 21 Savage was the High song.
He got Drake on there.
Oh, he got Drake on there.
Mystery Up.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Why is Shout out to the other lands. Yo, what's going on with 21? You always got at me about Kendrick got the Drake stimulus package. The other lands. What's going on with 21, bro? That's another topic.
It's interesting you bring that up because
before you even say that, you want to know how you might be right. Like the trap sound is slowly starting to die because it made Designer turn back into a New York rapper.
That's true. And he's actually pretty decent.
He's actually all right too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But again,
the thing about it is like
they've been copying for so long. They've been copying.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's talk about the Kendrick Lamar effect, because if you go back to Not Like Us, he said, he broke down the whole Atlanta bars, and he basically said, you stole your whole swag from Atlanta, basically talking about Drake, and let's put it out there, man. Drake, he's on a 2-year hiatus, man. He's been putting out music and nothing hits no more. So do you think that fan bases have associated like Drake with that Atlanta sound because Kendrick called it out, and now they realize, oh, we don't want to fuck with that. That's the shit Drake been using for years, and we're not feeling that no more.
But they're still doing it.
They're still doing it, but are people still feeling it? Is what I'm saying. And
if people ain't feeling it, then let's do something else, bruh. Like this rapping, singing stuff ain't going nowhere. We know it's going to still be here 2026.
I'm not saying the melodies, because Kendrick Lamar sings melodies. J. Cole sings melodies, But I'm saying as far as that turn up trap sound that they made money for over a decade now, did like Not Like Us, and the beef actually have turned people off from this sound because they're going to associate it with Drake. You know what I mean? For using that sound.
I think that Kendrick Lamar made it very difficult for people to work with Drake. I think a lot of people that work with Drake now, because I'm starting to see that all the features that Drake have done ain't hit.
Stimulus package is a joke now because Central C didn't get nothing off of that single that got put out.
Yeah, Spotify is still claiming that this is Drake's highest highest year of views on Spotify. He's on a video saying Spotify. Like, bro,
I can explain why that is.
You still dissed them.
I can explain why that is. The reason why Drake is the most streamed still is because his old music is untouchable. Like, people love his old music. That's why his old music
Dance and all of those.
If you look at all his new music ain't streaming that well. It's all his old music. So this what keeps him afloat. Like, Drake's a household name. Let's just be honest. Like, I go to the other countries and they're playing Drake all the time. Like, and then thing is, they're playing it as background music. They're not playing it like throw that Drake on. It just so happens that he's on every playlist and they just play it.
I mean, Mos Def said it. It just proves Mos Def's point even more.
That's true. It's is
target music.
He's literally background music. And that's why he gets played. That's why he's the most streamed. Because
shout out to Target.com, because I was on one of the features on the Short Bus alumni, Target.com. But go ahead, my bad.
But no, I'm saying that's the reason why. Now, do I believe that what Kendrick Lamar done to Atlanta? I think that he put them in a situation where they kind of like only 3 or 4 of them. They made it seem like he was dissing them, and it only blew up in their face because you figure he basically was saying, look, Drake used y'all, but he's saying it in the stadiums going all over the world. You should have capitalized off of that. Say, yeah, Kendrick was right. He was right. But they went totally against it. Lil Baby come out, I don't know why he said my name. What do you say me for? What you mean? He just gave you the biggest look of your career.
They want to go back and they want to ride with Drake though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So ride with Drake, you die with Drake. Simple.
But the thing about it is the guy that picked the other side has the highest selling in Playboy Carti has the highest selling album out of Atlanta this year.
And that's what makes it crazy because we're still talking about Atlanta. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He said that's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild. See, I think with trap, I think somebody like a Future, he's untouchable because he has his own brand right now. And he's gonna survive no matter what, because his sound is just undeniable, you know. Outside of that, I think for all of these dudes, I think their time is up. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people gave Ebro heat for getting fired from Hot 97 because Ebro was the first one to really coin the term mumble rap. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the mumble rap generation right here, and none of these stars are translational to being generational stars. These guys are fading out. Even Young Thug. So was Ebro right about the mumble rap generation? I gotta ask the question. That pretty much it was trash, and pretty much it led to the drought that we're having in mainstream hip hop right now because people aren't feeling this sound anymore.
I will say this. I think that we put too much stock into these trash artists. That's what I believe. I think we look into these artists who are really not that good to actually make good music. Like, to be honest with you, it's only really about, outside of like the legends, it's only really about 4 artists that actually makes really good music. Like that's in the mainstream, I would say. You know what I mean?
You know what? Like, it's a shame because right now, if the world was what it's supposed to be, Jid would be the king of Atlanta right now. He should be by now. You know, and it's not. He's just another Atlanta rapper.
And it's sad to say.
But see, the thing is, he's dope. It's just that not everyone is a fan of his sound either, outside of a couple of moments. But we're not going to act like, yo, JID going to be here for a while. But is he going to reach that T.I. Jeezy fan base. You know what I mean? He is nominated for a Grammy. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was saying
it ain't his best album, but at least it got nominated for a Grammy.
No, I was saying that. No, I agree. I agree with you saying, but I think that we got so used to trash. Now, even the good artists, we kind of comparing them to the trash artists.
Yeah.
Like we got so used to rappers are not really doing real good music anymore. JID album is pretty good, but people are overlooking that because they so fascinated by these guys like Young Thug and all of them. They want them to actually make a great album. If
you know what it is? They want Young Thug to make God Don't Like Ugly, but Young Thug ain't that type of rapper to make that music. Neither is Gunna.
Look, this is what I'm going to say. I think that what happened is traditional hip hop artists, Eminem, Kendrick, all of them, they're always going to get scrutinized because everybody look at them on a different level automatically. I remember Eminem, people are out here acting like they A&Rs when it come to Eminem and they critiquing his bars. Oh, this bar is trash. But then they'll say somebody like Lil Yachty, oh, he did his thing on that verse. Like what?
Like the song with Alchemist and J. Cole, I was hearing that the most about Lil Yachty. You can't call him whack no more. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? So I think that there's different standards for different artists. Jimmy, because if you're not that good of a rapper and you just try a little bit, people will give you so many props. Oh my God, he killed that John. But if you are a super good rapper and you have an off day, oh, he fell off, he's trash. It don't matter. He's trash. Like, I think that's what it is with a lot of these artists. Now, again, with Jid, I think Jid is amazing, but I think he's always going to get overlooked because people like Little Baby and 21 Savage and all them, people are obsessed with him.
What's the name of that Little Baby song that a lot of people be giving him props for? The Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
Like,
man, don't get me started with that dude, man. That dude got thigh tats, bro. I'm not trying to hear nothing from him. He got 2 thigh tats, bro.
Yeah, they gotta.
I know nothing about that. That's wild.
He literally has thigh tats.
Next topic.
In the front.
I don't want to generalize Atlanta.
And people telling me, the baby list is going to age so well. Whoever I go against, whomever from the South, the baby list is going to smoke niggas. Next topic.
Yeah.
Charlotte, by the way, what up, Panthers? We almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, you guys are doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Looks like you're going to win the division, man.
Nah, it's still 2 games left. I ain't talking too soon.
Yeah.
The Panthers is the weirdest franchise ever. It's like every game that is either so close or they're getting smoked. It's rarely when you see Carolina body a team. They either got a close game or they're getting smoked. But now let's get back to this topic. I didn't mean to go that direction.
I hear you. It's a come up year for them. But anyway, yeah, fellas, thanks for joining me tonight. We had a good sit down discussion about this. The downfall of Atlanta hip hop, because just to sum it up, I think all these dudes outside of Future, they're done. I think this sound stick a fork in it. They got to come up with something new. I don't know where the new wave is going to come from, but not this Atlanta. These guys, this fuck the streets movement is like a rallying cry for these guys not doing well and not performing like they used to. They falling off of my eyes. I don't know what y'all think, but that's just my take on it.
Lil Baby Wham was the first album that came out this year, like first big down south album that came out this year. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Lil Baby Wham. There you go, right there. Best
way
to end the show.
Another one, but he retired after
y'all brought up Lil Yachty. Where the hell has he been? Like, I haven't heard anything from him. He got to lose how long? Like,
he don't even dye his hair no more. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, fellas, thanks for joining me tonight. Make sure y'all check out BLG, aka Bootleg Gang, Torture Talk, Torture Chamber. Also got Torture Talk After Night, and also Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I might come up with some new content right before the holiday, but if not, everybody enjoy your Christmas and have a happy New Year. We will get together. We got to get together on the flip side of the new year for our best of 2025. We definitely got to do that, fellas. So I'm gonna invite y'all to come back for that. We got it. So because this has been a very good year in hip hop.
Yeah, man. We're gonna hope 2026 improve a lot better than this fuck the streets movement.
Yeah, definitely, man. So anyway, thanks for joining us, and y'all have a good night. All right, peace.